Google just released a Google Spam update that had a huge impact on the search results. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what this update did, plus what changes you need to make to your SEO strategy in response to it. Lots of websites have already been decimated. Let's take a look at why. My name is Matt Diggity. I've been doing SEO since 2009, and being an ex-Silicon Valley engineer, I like to approach SEO scientifically. In other words, like a freaking nerd. This involves creating test sites that solely exist to try out emerging SEO tactics, such as AI content and various link building strategies. Then when an update hits, I can monitor these test sites to determine if Google went after said strategies. And let me tell you, these test sites revealed a lot about this recent spam update. So let's start by first explaining what in the living hell is a Google Spam update. The first spam update released in June 2021. What we're experiencing right now is another evolution of it, or should I say the evolution of the AI known as SpamBrain. SpamBrain is Google's AI-based spam prevention system. It came online in 2018 and has been fighting the good fight against the forces of spam ever since. What does it fight against? A lot of stuff. Hack site spam, black hat cloaking, but more importantly stuff like unnatural links, which definitely affects you even if you think it doesn't. Even if you've never built a link in your life, if Google adjusts how it looks at the overall link graph of the internet, this affects everyone. Let's take a deep dive into Google's spam policy document to see what they're up to. They're going after cloaking, when people get traffic for certain keywords like Taylor Swift chords and instead serve up a porn site. Or doorway pages, when a page just exists to funnel users somewhere else. Then we have hack content, when you suddenly find 10,000 new Japanese URLs on your site that are ranking for tentacle porn keywords. Serious question, why is it always porn? Then we have hidden text and links, when you put white text on a white background to try to ninja sneak some content onto your site. There's keyword stuffing, where they have a fine example of someone who went shit with keywords in their content. Unlimited App Store credit. There are so many sites that claim to offer App Store credit for $0, but they're all fake and always mess up with users looking for unlimited App Store credit. Ugh. And now we get to the first section that definitely applies to you, link spam. And the problem is these release notes are too brief. You need to read between the lines. You also need real life data to make true sense of it. Same for these important sections on spammy automatically generated content or thin affiliate pages. So that's what I got for you today. Let's make sense of all this stuff so we can adjust our SEO strategies so we can recover from or even benefit from these algorithm updates. But real quick, I wanted to toss you an invite for my free SEO training masterclass recently updated for 2023. It goes over all my SEO strategies for getting websites to the top of Google. Sign up by using the link in the pinned comment. Let's start by taking a hard look at how the Google Spam update is so intertwined to link building. Not sure if you knew this, but in July 2021, they actually released a specific link spam update that was just focused on backlinks. And in fact, this latest update is again another link spam update. Let's break down the links section and the spam policy line by line. Starting off with, any links that are intended to manipulate rankings in Google search results may be considered link spam. Wait a second, isn't that the entire point of building links? Because we want higher rankings in Google? I'm not building these things for fun. Anyhow, buying or selling links is a no-no, whether that be exchanging money for links or exchanging a service for links such as content, which is basically what guest posting is. Okay, well the chances of you getting a completely passive and natural link are exactly 0.0. On top of that, excessive link exchanges are bad news. Using automated programs to generate links, obviously bad. Link building from a terms of service page, textual ads, advertorial link placements, low quality directory or bookmark sites, clearly. Widget and plugin links, footer links, and form comments and signatures. This covers a wide range of backlinks. And even if you didn't build any of these links, guess what? I guarantee that some of the sites linking to you did, and because of that, they're now sending less power to your site. When Google releases a new spam algorithm update, they refine their system. Imagine that there's a paid backlink that for years snuck by under Google's radar. The algorithm has improved, so now that paid link is identified for what it is, and what they do is they start to ignore it. This Search Engine Land article puts it clearly. Since 2016, Google has been devaluing or ignoring most spammy links, and Google states it clearly as well in their December link spam update release notes. Quote, ranking may change as spammy links are neutralized and any credit passed by these unnatural links are lost. Likewise, this type of link devaluation could also happen to a scraper site that was once linking to your images. Now it's identified as spammy and now it's ignored. Or some blog comment that was once providing you value, now completely useless. And this happens up the entire chain of links, which has a trickle-down effect, eventually driving less power to your website. In fact, that's exactly what happened to this site here in the October spam update. It wasn't doing any cloaking, it wasn't hacked, it just got hit by link devaluation. So how do you future-proof your link building with links that'll never get ignored? That's the question at hand, isn't it? Especially because these days, 90% of the links that are built are done via value exchange. You're either trading money, guest post content, or your own links in exchange for links. And these are all on Google's radar as no-nos. Let me explain how I approach link building. And if you reframe your strategy to look like mine, you'll be set for years to come. Links feed three main signals to Google's ranking algorithm: power, relevance, and trust. You need all three of these things to succeed on Google. For power and relevance, you want to focus on getting guest posts and link insertions in highly relevant articles to your website. And you want a high volume of these. Most of your link building profile will come from this bucket.
But Matt, how do you pay for these links? Because most websites want you to pay for them.
You need to understand how an algorithm might identify a paid link. If you get a link from a website with a high amount of outbound links versus inbound links, there's a high chance that they're selling links. I like to make sure that the amount of incoming referring domains divided by the amount of outbound link domains is greater than 0.12. Also, avoid getting links from sites that are selling links to anyone that wants them. Before you get a placement, run a site:"domain name casino" command to see if they're linking to a bunch of gambling sites. Another way to think about clean link building is the following. According to the study from Ahrefs, 90% of the internet gets no traffic from Google. Another way of saying that is only 10% of the internet gets traffic. Google's algorithm is extremely stingy about traffic. If you get a link from one of these rare sites with traffic, there's a high chance it's not going to be ignored. In fact, I single variable tested this with 100 backlinks and found that if you focus on links from quality websites with traffic, there's an 87% chance you'll get a ranking boost. What about guest posting? After all, Google doesn't want you to trade services for links, and this includes content. According to the survey from the homies at Authority Hacker, guest posting is by far the most popular link building tactic, with 64.9% of webmasters doing it. To work around this is so obvious, it's dumb. You want to make sure that in every article you get a link, it just doesn't look like a guest post. It should look like the owner of the blog wrote it. If the article says something like guest post or sponsored content at the top, that's a dead giveaway. If there's an author box that says, "Hey everyone, this is a guest post from Matt Diggity," that's a dead giveaway too. Now, of course there's exceptions. I'm not going to turn down a guest post opportunity from Inc.com, but don't go ham and make a big footprint in your link profile. Now let's get back to the Holy Trinity, the Deathly Hollows, the three amigos of link building: power, relevance, and trust. We got power and relevance covered. Now how about trust? Power and relevance help get your rankings. Trust helps to keep your rankings. For the trust category, you want to focus on two main link sources: reactive PR and proactive PR. Reactive PR is when you're reacting to high quality, high trust link opportunities from places like Help a Reporter Out, Haro, or one of my favorites, Quoted. Both of these platforms allow you to supply quotes to journalists. In turn, your quotes end up in high trust websites like Namecheap, DR92, or MSN.com, another DR92. Proactive PR is when... What am I talking about? You're not an idiot. It's the opposite of reactive PR. Check this out. It's kind of embarrassing. I ran a survey to find out what people thought were the most influential tech companies of the year. Not surprising, Pornhub made third on the list. This study got picked up by none other than the New York Times about some pretty dark stuff, but nonetheless, that's a DR94 backlink. What you probably notice is that for the trust category, I don't care about relevance. New York Times, MSN, they have nothing to do with my site diggitymarketing.com. The relevance is taken care of with the guest posts and link insertions. This simple framework allows me to think about link building clearly with the ultimate goal of protecting my site from giving any spammy signals to Google. Actually, it gives signals of trust and authority to Google instead. Make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one.